All right, you guys. Hey, welcome back. I'm holding my camera here, or my phone, but I'm going to walk you guys through another memorial piece that we did here. You can see we got some scripture over here. This is on 3/4 inch MDF, and I'll talk about the settings. I think on this one I went 0.07 depth, 111% spacing, or 111 spacing, whatever that is, with a 45-degree vbit from spetool or spetool, whatever they call them. My speeds and feeds are all going to be different than what you guys need, but my depth on this one, this is on a 45. This is a 45-degree vbit from them. It's a little 4-fluter. Does a great job of getting in these lines. I don't use it that often, but here we are testing another one. I wanted to kind of film some for you guys with the 45s. This is a memorial piece. What I want to talk about in this video real quick before I spray it is this is one of the brushes I use from Harbor Freight. It's like one of those 3-packs, but this is the nylon. It's real soft bristle. It's perfect for getting in the grooves. You can actually feel it as it goes through. It's real sensitive feeling, so you can really eliminate, breaking any of the ridges off. And then also you can also use a compressed air. Obviously try to spray away from yourself. Sorry, I'm holding the camera, talking, working, all that fun stuff. Look at that. We got a boo-boo there already. See that? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pause it. All right, we're back. So while I was spraying, I was trying to look at 5 things at once, and I hit the photocarve right here. You can see it's down here in the right between her shoes. So I'm going to go back and look at the photo. But here's what we're going to do is I went inside real quick, and I grabbed, let me zoom in a little bit, maybe it'll, I grabbed a razor blade. I'm just going to kind of tidy some of these little ridges up. And clean them. And clean out in between the ridge. Even if the peak is broken, we can recreate the peak by scraping later. The peak, these peaks down here, these like 6, 7 ridges, they all collapsed. I hit them with the tip of my sprayer, and that's here's a good example of what it looks like right here. And at the end, we're going to see if we can kind of try to get rid of it all, So what I'll do is I'll come back through and just kind of try to get any of the broken ridge pieces off, so that when I go to spray, I'm not damaging it too much. So you can see there, yeah, it's a little boo-boo. But I'm going to set up the tripod, and we're going to film the spray. It's just me spraying with shellac. All right, so we're just going to spray around the letters with the shellac. It's mainly it's just a sealer, a sacrificial coat. So when this dries, I'm not really too worried about the black penetrating inside the letters. I just don't want the black to penetrate on the surface here. So I'll just use this shellac as a sacrificial coating, and that's the main thing I talk about in the videos. So you'll see how much quicker this goes than when I brush it on for the show, right? So sometimes, and like I said, you don't need to just get it in there. It's about getting it on there and getting it inside the groove. So you might use a little bit more than normal. Trying not to shake the camera here. So in the black areas here where it's nice and thin, the air compressor just came back on. So we're going to talk about it real quick. Alright, so you can see I got the the purple gun, right, with the cups, the way to go. And then I'll be coming back with the black here in a moment, same deal, once this is dried. But you'll see, I laid it on pretty thick. There's a lot of areas in this picture that are dark, right? So you can definitely see where the big blocks, those are like white t-shirts. Same thing over here. You got shoes that are going to be white. This looks like the back of the house. You can tell that's a tree up there. Obviously, you know, the photo, the grass. So all this stuff will come back into detail. Let me get a little closer here with the camera. Sorry about the mess in my side yard. It got wet. But yeah, so hopefully this spot right here will be able to turn out all right. It'll be all right. I'm not really worried about it. But you can see, if your photocarve looks like this when it's still wet, it's gonna come out all right. We're gonna get the sanding down. That's what we're gonna talk about here in a little while. So you can see by the camera angles, it all changes. So that's a thick layer of shellac. I probably should have put 2 thin ones, but we'll be all right. I'm not really tripping. It's not really meant to be, this isn't a car finish. This is just to get it on the surface, into the grooves, make those grooves rigid so that when you go to sand them, and it's also a sacrificial coating. It's a nice, it's, you know, it's pretty tacky. It's a little thicker. And then that's the same reason I do it over here, just as a sealer so the paint doesn't penetrate into the surface. So I don't have to sand as deep. But yeah, we'll be sanding over here with a 120. I recommend you guys go a lot lighter. But we'll let this dry and we'll come back and check on it, and then we'll paint it black and then fill in the letters black. All right, we're gonna sand this off real quick with the photocarve. So we'll do this side real fast and then move over to the other side. We got 120 on the machine. All right, so now we got that. That's a little prayer memorial piece. Let's get started on this one. And so what we'll do is we'll just start here at the bottom. You kind of use this as a tutorial, right? So if you guys remember yesterday when I was blowing this off, I damaged it right here. So there's a little damage spot. But and then we got white t-shirts, faces. So we have six faces to make sure that we're careful on. All the rest will start falling into place. Let's just start off with a new one. This one's still good. I'll use that on something else. But just for this demonstration, we're gonna put another pad on. And I got this on the high setting. And rock and roll time. So you want to keep it moving. All right, here's what you can do. You can vacuum these out, get a better look. You can see how it's all coming together. So you see as we're moving along, these little dudes are getting wild. So let's continue with the sanding. As you can see, I'll back it up a little bit. That was real time. You see how quickly I was moving over their faces? So this is just a paintbrush. I don't know why I'm using it. Usually I have a little brush, but let's get the vacuum on it. Take a peek at the faces. So you got to be careful, right? So this is a soft, this is not soft, but it's a plastic or rubber. So I just barely, go along the surface with it. But you got to be careful because you could damage. Hey, so let's look back at where we damaged it right here. So there's some repair work. There's obviously a lot of broken pixels, a lot of dark areas here, but this is a really good, this one came out amazing. You guys can see real time how quick it all went down, a couple little spots along the surface of the top up here. Let's get that final brush off. It'd probably be nicer if I just took it off this, but here it is. This is, let me pause it. So here is the final, and so this is 22 inches by 40. Got the prayer on one side, on the right, and look at that guy, man, little bit cheese ball right there. Look at that guy.